I've gone over that morning in my head 100 times, wondering if I should have just let it pass, pretended it didn't mean anything. But some moments don't let you forget. I turned to face him fully, his eyes lifted to meet mine, uncertain, questioning. I placed my hand beside his, saying nothing, doing nothing to push. If you've ever stood in one of those charged, silent spaces, you already know. Some things move on their own. The porch boards were cool beneath my bare feet as I stepped outside. Morning mist still clung to the air in Savannah, and the sun had just begun to climb above the trees, casting warm gold across the yard. A breeze drifted through, stirring my robe against my legs. I held my coffee in both hands and exhaled slowly. Steam curled into the light. For a moment, it was just the hush of daybreak, the birds waking up, and the comfort of silence. Then, the doorbell. It wasn't loud, but in the stillness, it rang like a ripple through glass. I turned back toward the house, curious. When I opened the door, he was already halfway down the porch steps, like he hadn't meant to be seen. The sound must have stopped him. He turned, startled, tall, slightly disheveled in his delivery uniform, like it didn't quite belong to him yet. In his hands, a small package. His eyes flicked to mine, then quickly away. I leaned in the doorway, coffee warm in one hand. "That for me?" I asked, nodding toward the box. He stepped forward slowly. "Yeah," said it was urgent. I reached for it, letting my fingers brush against his a beat longer than necessary. He didn't move away, just stood there, still unreadable. The door behind me stayed open. He noticed. His eyes flicked upward again, caught slightly off guard. Still, he didn't say anything. "You look like you didn't expect to see me," I said lightly, with a half smile teasing the edge of my voice. Then I turned and walked inside, coffee in one hand, package in the other. I didn't close the door. The house creaked softly beneath my steps. Familiar. I paused near the hallway table, setting the box down but not turning fully. I waited. Then, the quiet click of the door closing. Not loud, but final. I turned just enough to see him standing there, still near the entryway, watching, unsure. "You can just leave it by the frame," I said casually. He nodded, cautious, stepped in with the careful quiet of someone unsure if they're welcome. His fingers moved slowly, brushing the wood as he rested the door gently in place. I stepped aside, not speaking, but not stopping him either. He came closer, hesitant, not like a stranger, but like someone afraid to want too much. He stopped in front of me, his hands hovered, unsure, caught between reaching and restraint. So I moved first. I reached out, touched his hand, warm. His breath caught. I turned my palm beneath his, gently. "It's okay," I whispered. "You don't have to be nervous." His fingers curled lightly around mine. No pressure, just presence. I let him hold it. The silence between us thickened, pulsing. Every breath a question. Then I faced him again. Our eyes met. Still unsure, still searching. I placed my other hand beside his again, speaking with movement instead of words. And something in him relaxed. He stepped closer, not touching, but near. His shoulder hovered beside mine. His lips parted like he wanted to speak, but didn't. That weightless pause hung between us, the edge of a decision. My robe slipped slightly. I saw his gaze flick to the line of my collarbone, then respectfully back to my eyes. I gave a small nod. His hand rose, brushed the outside of my arm. Tentative, gentle, almost reverent. I inhaled. Let it catch. Let it go. A breeze moved through the hallway and nudged the robe further off my shoulder. He didn't flinch. His hand stayed at my side, still and present. "You're here now," I whispered. He nodded. His eyes didn't leave mine as I took his hand, guided it where it felt right. My hand settled over his. I leaned in. Our lips met, soft, unrushed. Like we already understood that whatever this was, it had taken long enough. There was the faintest hint of coffee between us. His hand stayed at my waist, steady but gentle. When we parted, the air around us had shifted, quiet, heavy with something unspoken. I stepped back slightly, the hallway table brushing against me. I braced myself with both hands behind me. He followed, slower now, steadier. His hands traced up my arms, his touch feather-light. My robe shifted again with a whisper. Another kiss, even softer. I let my hand find the small of his back. He didn't rush, didn't ask for more, just stayed there, solid and quiet. I wrapped my arms around his neck, resting my forehead against his. He leaned into me like he'd been holding his breath too. The table creaked faintly as I shifted, fitting against him in the stillness. There were no words, no plan, no promises, just presence, just this moment.